Yo, ebusia for me ma bibia akwaba. Eba eye ene ye dwumadi so. Ene ye ne eye lawyer ana atenasia ye no ebetwetwe eye enkomo. Send your money na esenke ye share from 12 to 1 but ene emergency bia bebo muti no ye share entem kakra. Edino Dr. Red, me lawyer Francis, ofri FB Solicitors, ana yene between and common. Etimi nuanom a motie ye ewo TikTok. Obomodiana oba na tap na wa share. O question bi a omodiana mema wafo ahoma no so. Na wabusa lawyer Francis. Lawyer Francis any FB Solicitors for the about immigration, family law, litigation. Say o krum hana o pe be na odi uti ato. Kwan ben so na benya o cancel flat lawyer betumi abomodin aboa oye dwuma Monday to Saturday na the tiene say obetumi afre no working hours Sundays onye dwuma unless say emergency and sana wa friend ma menka also say o friend so a you need to request the services of FB Solicitors na book appointment ehia pa abusia eno na ebemi ehunu say why is serious and you want your problem to be solved. Lawyer, na me twan wo a friend say your TikTok wo.
Yo. About your my request.
Very good, lawyer. And who de boa come. My yo bozy, you go never say bozy. Yo lawyer, na apomo
nyame adom bibia eda ne kwa so na wa ma me na nso me but me ye ne den
me say
for so o try so obedo ne nyina
me say lawyer I say wo
entia kese koma oni wetie for say yet to your mercy was a boy community no matter how ensure to a year bo winter said they if we be duty calls a basana and I was a word just yo me does
yo lawyer eja obesi ejebo eja enya baba bedu na eja yenhwe ene yenkomo ya ye baba bedi efa enano Wednesday ehye na ye de two mu eno kra de yendu ba bia efa what you need to know about UK spouse entry clearance visa application na ibusa say where can I make my UK application visa application from eno na ye hyase lawyer it is a betimi ato aso everyone.
Yo, me da say. Na me pese ye share a few updates bia asaba be bom. A free Wednesday ba to abesi enne. First, the me pese share so home office ede atudwa which is 11th on the Thursday, you know. So record numbers of visa sponsor licenses revoked for rule breaking. Anyway, Jack can say come out with for biom new for or any of the platform Dr. Rain, enemy platform saying I said that start here then because due to you may be away any munti. You try say you be bibia my tea for Mufan chain. I know say be better make 12 to 1.
Yeah.
But another exception into now the American. You're back to update now American. Home Office say record numbers of visa sponsor licenses revoked for rule breaking. Into where employers decide, or more compare where sponsor licenses, or more revoke be qua. Na when you may be a mujina so they revoke way free Home Office Secretary be a friend of my tab or no you're in charge of that side, na ɔse employers no ndi mmara so kraa nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ a ɔmo nyɛ nneɛma yie nti yɛntie deɛ ɔkae no say record numbers of employers have been banned from sponsoring foreign workers under a crackdown on abuse of the immigration system. As ministers continue to roll up sleeves and pause real solutions to secure our border. Between July 2024 and June 2025, 1,948 licenses allowed companies to bring in migrant workers were revoked, more double than number in the previous 12 months, which is 937. Inti OSHA record na every 937 akosro 1,948. Yeah, sponsor licenses or muchum. And I'll say many of the employers had been using work visas to help migrants circumvent immigration rules, as well as undercutting domestic workers by underpaying and exploiting migrant staff reliance on their jobs to stay in the country. Nti wɔse wohwɛ ma employers no ɛfa kotikwan so de migrant aba UK ha ɛna ɔmo de ɔmo ba nso a ɔmo nhwɛ ɔmo yie koraa sika a ɛsɛ ɔmo de ma ɔmo hourly rate no ne yɛate so ɔmo kɔka nso a na adane asɛm. Also, home office, or money or money to form, or moon fifty precope and react.
No correct.
All because Bibi or muye biano, or here evidence. And or matimia duma, this evidence is winning abba. Or say adult social care. Or more can baby or munya sa information now, employers no sa industry or muya sa no. Adult social care ye 1, hospitality ye 2. Retail, year 3, and a construction industry, 4, are among the sectors with the highest level of abuse.
Mommy with your Bible, one in coffee.
Indeed, remember social care, hospitality, retail, and construction. Yes, you are my abuse system, no employers, no. No ntina sa we ababeto jano. Na normally the way you know ba ye bomu koko. Efa employers, efa employees. We sabe we employee now or that sector na you're very, very careful. And I say for option B. And I say we will say for plan B. Because that tells you say any wo no more.
Yeah.
Here say we switch here, now we switch it. Based on current trends, sponsor revocation for these years are expected to exceed the record high once again. So that means that this surge in compliance activity from just 261 and 247 licenses being revoked in the same period in 2021, 2022, and 2022, 2023, respectively. And day in, day out, mistakes no air costro, FR employers no, until they keep on revoking their licenses. It is we employer now who me making sure say what they ufie and I say wajuma munioma atutu ye. Or because you comply with the law regarding o sponsorship or no. Because one way ye na that call or more enforcement ebo ra wajuma mu a ombehwehwe wonioma mu. Because omo wonioma ma employer we how many employers now our employees in our employ and omajuma is saying send the so all these things are investigations are omuba wajuma ma omuhwehwem utua omu ye chreme omo pay slaves chreme omo P60s chreme HMRC tax our file all these things are nyoma or mobile wajumima, they expecting to have a look at it.
Wow.
Into we employer now was and I say those industry and people boy na adult social care, hospitality, retail, any construction. Ma when in that or then make sure say wajuma nyoma documentation bibia e was say we bia no edane kwanso.
Wow.
Because they
Hey.
say omani abre pa. Meka omani abre a say na oka no ma me no ba pa.
Hmm. Hmm.
Obejini
Hmm.
din. Obejini din. Obejini din because
Ɛyɛ ɔmo nso a ɔmo yɛ te sɛ yɛn Africanfoɔ no yɛ hyia ɔmo nso na ɛyɛ ɔmo ha quote and unquote ayɛ sɛ ɔmo ha adwene no paa o.
no but say system ne say ono broni no mfa saa system no mu da. Odi broni be ye home secretary a onim ekwan amanfo fa so the ba unless say why any research near there. But
Okay.
sebe amanfrafo a yabachichiri kro no yenim kwan a ye fa so a ye di bi wura mu. Nti saa nipa no opese osi saa loopholes no.
Yeah.
Nti saa na ade na ye bear in mind hwe o record for home secretary for a ya appoint omo nyina. Mako bi na ye mrofo. Ya ka ni na ye den. Amanfrafo ma betina kroma no mo.
No crap, lawyer.
Nti these are the
Hey.
things omo so na sebe ye di adwuma ne ma omo a they
Ɛma
feel say
ɔmo.
omo betumi aye.
Hmm.
Yo, in the almost say government setting a plan for change. That's what say almost problem no, and it's a boat stopping the boat no. I say the government has also urged illegal working arrest by 51% compared to the previous years, addressing on the fake promises sold to migrants making dangerous journey in small boat that they will be able to work in the UK. Nti we a connection man for na omo di omo ba no, and also no omo target omo. And removals of those with no right to be here have also risen significantly under this government, with 35,000 people removed, which is 13% more than the same period 12 months prior. Nti wohwɛ ma ɛnyɛ baabi faako pɛ ɛna ɔmo hwɛ. Yɛfrɛ bibi, they are doing a clean up in their sector no. Nti clean up no, they make sure say baabia wɔn bɛkɔ. Also Wednesday, me catch us say no more immigration debate be wɔ Birmingham.
Yes.
Omo yɛ repeated one enra enyumre no ɛna me hwɛ yɛ. Ti o hwɛ ma nsɛm bebree ɛkɔ so wɔ kurom ha pa. O hwɛ ma aborɔfo no bebree ɛnsupporte ɔmo amo nkurɔfo a ɔmo yɛ demonstration.
Okay.
O hwɛ mu nso a ebi supporte. But main thing a manfo erase here ne sɛ adɛn nti na yɛ use taxpayers money ɛde akɔma amanfo asylum seekers ama wɔn akɔda hotel. That was their main purpose ɔmo yɛ demonstration ebi mu. Because questions about NHS, they wanted the government to find a good and answer amicable solution towards that. And
Okay.
they be a mamun form hotel. More have alternative. I might be suggested say namu use Ministry of Defense for be a namudi omugum. Adentina all of a sudden mudi omakogu hotel because Ushema, even taxpayers ne be and answer Mrofonanka say be struggle to make ends meet by even omuntimi 3-course meal a day. But ye tria asylum seeker. Ye tria omo aduane di. Now Ushema family no, I agree with them because ono odi ni kro no ye onye fair ye government is not fair to him or her. But rather no, say ne no, yeji ahoho ebi no. But at the same time no, my own crofo no fairly good. Omo who say at least we the can show mo ansa na ahoho no waji omo. And I will share debate ni mo a Panels ni nyinaa ne n'asefoɔ no ɛfa yɛ immigrants. Meka immigrants what I'm trying to say ni sɛ ɔmo tracy ɔmo ase a anyɛ ne nana bi na ɛbɛtena kurom ha ɛna ɔwo maame ne ɔpapa a ɔmo nso awo na ɛbɛyɛ n'asefoɔ at least. And when it comes to say ɔmo ntimi nka ɔmo sɛ mɔmo ngye ahɔho a ɛno deɛ bebrefo aso sɛ ɔmo ntimi nka saa. Because the same thing na British for nso atu akɔtena amanfoɔ kurom. Nti hɔ no that it tells you say ɛnyɛ sɛ daa ne daa nyinaa ɛka sɛ oh immigrants mama yɛ kurom ha is for only British na it can't be working that because we share the history of British for now. That history ni kura ni kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo kɔ amanfoɔ kuro na ɔmo kɔ invade yɛ.
That's your baby.
Ɔmo colonize amanfoɔ kuro papa ayi Ghana yɛ ka ho. Nti when it comes to that thing, yɛn nso yɛ ba wuntumi nka nkyerɛ yɛ sɛ ɔmo ayɛ mba.
Yeah.
It should be fair. But the politicians know how they play their game. At the end of the day, one score year, yɛde ɛkɔ kromoti bɛkɔ akɔyi wo afiri hɔ. Ɛba akɔyi wo afiri hɔ. Ɛhɔ no na ɛhia. That means we've voted for you to mandate what we want. Now, if you are not doing the right thing, I'm afraid say election time, we will say free. And mostly people are anticipating, say they don't see anything about the government doing something about immigration issues, no, especially asylum seekers, because almost say manifesto, you know. Omo pay election, omo beki kanyoma baby, omo promises be break.
I said, "By be a minimum. I said, by be a minimum."
And if you so no question back one na me then young guy be etoma panel no say anya bia yenhwe ye veterans na omo call war must stand for British for no British Army. Yɛhwɛ ɔmo TBM after retirement na ebi wɔ hɔ a deɛ ɔmɛdi koraa yɛ den baabi a ɔmɛda koraa yɛ den. Yes. Now at the end of the day, who they are Salama, why don't you prioritize them first? Because they fought for the country for British to become a British
Yeah.
Now at the end of the day, you don't value them. What do you think is going to be? And I love that question. I was happy about how they put the question. It's a young guy on the tone say, we have to look at it. But Ninjano, I see it to be say most of them are say British about Kwasem. Most of them don't know. Yes.
History, no?
Yes. Because someone in history now, anka we nyina emba. The entire maker say we nyina emba ni say we see it to be say you were able to know say the British colonized other countries.
Yeah. I still crying. They be crying. Saying okay.
Yes. And if those people are coming for what they did to them and they are coming for it, it doesn't mean totally they are coming to invade their country, but rather they want peace and good settlement in life and that kind of thing. Yo, yes, I'll share another update. But no. Ushema normally a bit more. I think say Obia to question about that thing before. Say lawyer Adentina say ba utu kwan na ba na ya na airlines ni se on person mo share code ne wo you on crackdown na sefo. Okay, so obi here two questions some time ago.
Yes.
Yeah. There are so many things involved in that thing. Yes, sister, your normal what they call visa no. First, one person who identity. And second, Ushema or say providing information about international general aviation flights. Ya womra wo honoma omudi omonsa etintimasia was a airline via edition. Ebine saying, or say the General Aviation Persons on Board Flight Information and Civil Penalties Regulation 2024, a friend of 2024 regulations, entered into force on 6th of April 2024. I say the 2024 regulations require responsible persons in respect of general aviation aircraft to provide information online and in advance about international flights, including within the common travel area and persons on board. Failure to comply with a requirement of the 2024 regulations may result in a civil penalty of up to £10,000. You should read the General Aviation Guidance before you submit information about the flight. Compliance with the 2024 regulations also meet the requirement of the passenger information directions made on 1st of April 2022 under Section 35 and 64 of the Customs and Excise Management Act 1979. The entire me pese ye shane so ne se me kan kakra no e kire se airline bia share by this regulation ne se passenger bia obefa ne bia no e wo se wo dey information am I
Okay.
share Emra eda ho inti se wo fa airline bi na obisa this information a man ka se ade no mo hwe wo nioma mu anase omo de omo otumi anase omo ye ka ne sen omo ye UK border force no mabisa we nyina na. Because at the end of the day, so when dim run they are bound to be fined or penalty of £10,000. And I don't think they want to risk for that penalty. Into people say, oh, lawyer, almost say, oh, my farm, me, me through plane, no. Now, to me, so, yes, I did, na. Because, but could be lucky. No, free Ghana, but my client could be. Yeah, no, no. And I didn't know me, so yes, I share code in a man.
I don't know, can say,
yeah.
Or you're lucky, yes, Anka. Sunday, can
you oh, these are the things all going on me catch no me clinical lawyer, some of them will be indefinite, and I'm seeing you. These are the things so Muka say, yeah, embra bata home, airline no person be yet na ne ho atre no. No, I could a penalty of up to £10,000. And then go back my see. On for crowd, my own fat airline. No. Yo, man, not coming
lawyer, we saw answer. You better second update to show. Na yema yimia na kwaba. Nana, it is saying. Nana lawyer ewa hase uti do.
Lawyer, good morning.
Morning, no.
Patron, the same bizarre question kakra se kwanda wa.
Manenko.
Patron, me wa 5-year route a press settle. My wife ye bedroom. But unfortunately, this year June, ena nyamiato nensa afre no.
Oh, afre.
And so me di interview na this year October na kam nene try benya 3 years. In fact 3 years 90 me. Also. Patron me di indefinite no atum but nyama but ye no so year October. I mean besides metimi akọ ye na ba.
Yo, a year October, say aka 1 month. Nana, yeah, can say some cases be complicated. Why the yema lawyer now say 1 hour yeah.
Patron na ye.
Why?
Patron na ye man.
And so far, what Bomadia Chelsea lawyer no and Oka Central.
I would and the aka so met me, but me person me say anya second thought.
Or no catch also bet me ako. O visa no be who da be.
Also,
O
visa
5
no be
years no be who da be.
2027 October.
Oh, okay. Okay. About 2027 October there will be me ako. And kwan so ano. Nanka modia application ni to muda ben.
I'm return 18th July.
Oh, okay. And omuka for ni free muda ben.
Yeah, 18th July. Yeah.
And omuka for ni free muda ben.
July 30th July I'm kobo sam. Yeah.
Ana
I'm koye biometric no 30th July.
Or the 18th. Okoye biometric no 30th. Ana lawyer busa say we dey kafra na ohun kafo no ofiri mu da ben.
About to film 1st week in June.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What it is why is such an application? Emrane say we a EU family member. Na anyebia umuka efrim anase umuka binya accidenta ontimi nya hwi bioma. O EU family member no betumi apply to the home office no mama indefinite. Na o situation no although we dey akotum no say wo person okọ funeral na bibia nsi kwan wo betimi akọ because at the end of the day no edem no wo da so wo live no ekosi 2027. In this case, anibia no say home office make a decision, but the most important thing is wakobo unsa no. Inti once wakobo unsa no ne de ne kwan so a no mugu so a omo ye hu adwuma. Na I mo de death certificate ne kan ho ne bibia.
I'm part of the bibia kan. Death certificate foreign affairs letters ne bibia kan.
Oh, okay. Inti ye be na nka wo pese wo ko no.
But just say
A year be na wo ko no.
I'm part of Obana ye.
Yo, obentimi akọ bibia nsi kwan. Why?
Part of Mate, that's libre.
All right.
Yo nana, yo woni nyame komra. Why? Yo, bibie ni so a na wa me ate wonka. Why?
Mate, thank you very much.
Lawyer.
Yeah.
Asemo.
I assume they assume. But me such an application na na enye hu nti.
Okay.
Yeah, na enye hu baako kra. Because so more every rule be an exception to the rules nti.
Okay.
Only the any exception to the rule of EU appendix EU no. That's what I said. Lawyer na man I want to na dream na on relaxing na sebe onkosi oba nemra. Bibi abeye kama.
Yo lawyer, who so answer na yenko yinua data wo. Kojo dare obi bod data so dare. Kojo date. Lawyer wa ha e ma kwa ba.
Pacho, good morning.
Morning.
Well, na me bisa me question back o say me father onua EU ni na me so me ba ha no me the student dependent ene ba ya na me wife no wi school no ya man graduate visa bi 2 years ne ye wo so na mpese me father no ka ono na me so ye uni ni nti no senko no je niema de mame a na bitima ye possible sa.
Okay, kwaje mami musa o nyoma ben sa na afo se o father betimi age ama o.
Senka me nkrata ase na me kan se bia nka ono betima age ama me a.
Wo je ne sese ne ba ne wa na se abusuani ana se den.
Se busuani because se me father ni nua no.
Yeah, because abusuani a your friend be extended family. Omajai you should abusuani no de no. They say EU family member betimi agina so oba o maame o nana ene saa nkrofo we a ombetumi ayusu saa EU de no. Inti say none of ade no fall within that abusuani a Because Omar redefine what is a family member. And a family member no mabobobo omwacho no. Oyere ukunu oba omame onana. Inti once a more extended family biya in terms of niece, nephew, nina sifono. Omo yi sa nkrofo ni nyina afiri mu. The only thing is offer bibi a friend of plan B, which is they are on train ne graduate visa no enwu na or try say obe switch here na wa switch.
Now graduate visa no say enyem we lawyer visa.
Enyem we afekura na man say afena matwata the man say wo.
The best thing is only look for the other alternatives, you know. You bet to me the atna chroma animal, which is our real honomo. COS okonyabia obetumi switch it to the skilled worker. Other routes, you know, so ne idea honomo. This is what the options wohoma na was within any issue.
Okay, nti o kan bibi say awade na say me wa awade no so dada eno metimi asena agya asena aya awade foforo.
Why not?
So me say na omo ka say ugya ya awade na okoye foforo a gise wo kofie na application no omo aya sande abefa wonti no fie kuro no so na aya asem.
Kwajo bear in mind say graduate visa 2 years obetimi di atna kroma no. Inti ya ware na because o visa ne nwuye no. Adenti na okofie akoya ware no. Omo ni nkrata wo kroma no na ye ka tro omo say muntimi nware wo kroma. Na wo the visit visa ne ba ya untimi meware wo kroma unless I don't know next week I may treat this topic why marriage me Dr. Rain me bow unless wo the visit visa your friend of fiancé visa marriage visit visa and no and ebema wo to me say obetimi aware wo kroma visa bia wo ne conditions wo ho o graduate visa and country will say untimi ware wo krom ha ana say en country will say kofie ne ko ware bra Mr. Date what you say
Mpacho mi tie pa
yeah inti say o pese wo switch ko aware a because we graduate visa no enwuye no wo betumi aye aware no wo krom ha
okay na che say my free we no so akosa aba akone so new one na my no so
yes and no your friend is switch no
yo Matias pa
yo
na eno so no bomodun na gina wona
so meka yo na o se yebedi kon koma na ya
J lawyer a friend is a number no why would you that's it
you lawyer me that's it
no my number crowd don't worry
oh okay you
I will number there wo me ho
you any okay you any yen to as well say yemfa ye nua na ono nso maame na ono nso ti that's it yeah that's pa yes maame lawyer wa how akwaba
good morning.
Good morning.
Dear Francis, the same with EU application, we are settled status, but I almost send a certificate of application, but I'll be media employer. No man will send it there or near no, and so home office now we can decision.
Your dear tell me, sir. EU application, no. Oh yeah, as a family member, now I say oh yeah, as the main EU.
If I try me as a family member, my husband EU, my dream 5 years, it's my settled status.
And more no online, and I say more use app no.
Actually, you so app no.
Okay. Moko bomb on no and I say most can name or photo so.
the application of Mukacha is a bit more evidence on the contact here, so I tell she be aware. See, yeah, submission on my scanning your phone so.
Okay, that's fine then. Yo, the TN is a family member, mo such an application. What it is, o submit here, a bema confirmation email, just say what submit your application. Into such an application submission, no, or unique application number, no one more, which starts with 3434. 16 numbers. Mostly employers be or person who say what submit your application. And answer or person who say one crata or chroma. When it comes to who submit your application now, who person or employer who say what submit your application now. What is our unique application number that started with 3434 no? Ebemano now one no IABB FNO employer check-in service with the home office.
Okay.
Inti all the end say for that unique application number no mano. And our details, our date of birth, ne previous reference number no into no only home office be delay on your behalf. And mostly mistake I tire ye say and I say employers no tire ye say oh kofa will share code bra kofa will share code bra. Employer bia obebusa sa odi application akọ home office obisa o share code no. Me dey make can say one nim the omo ye. Share code ni che say application e free home office aba wa ma decision no. Now what generate share code ni the my employer no. Into obi a wa send the application akọ home office me fa hin ko generate share code.
Share code, yes.
The only thing employer instead of so obebusa ne say okay. Mommy, evidence say what submit your application to the home office.
That's it.
Now, maybe inquire checks, say I am passing what submit here now. And I've been educating most of the employers in the big.
Mr. No, I might be brain so brepa because people need too much. So only share code in TM for Juma. Only share code in TM for Juma.
Under section 3C of the Immigration Act 1971, employer be obeyed be our boom.
That's right. That's right. You go to law natural. Sure. Lawyers is should be then find say you know so mo kwa mo kan to say under the
Section
lawyer
3C. Section 3C of the Immigration Act 1971. Employer beer or better say what application call home office in Ticonecot Nefie, bar now with the aba. As long as say why your application no one train amana wu and sana wu ye no. Emrade say section 3C Immigration Act 1971 they say your application na enwu ye now the kotu home office Emrade cover out to say oda so one krata ewo UK ha. Until say home office are making decision no answer.
Wow.
But you know bebre ehu panicking. Maybe lawyer make a wa oh me supervisor say and I'm saying who supervisor some sebe ne humanim etisen. Na maka che ni say funny email ma me na mention no strong warning letter.
I'm trusting no lawyer.
ABC Emma Mimma no strong warning letter supervisor and the director. My client in the frame lawyer almost me be adwuma and I'm say sabe uti na ayi. And I'm telling him letter me dey call here omo ho bepo. Oh, there are so many things Yen crofo no oba wo ho na wo kire no mra na ono fu say ni supervisor ni nim chen wo lawyer no.
So oyebroni.
Mistake a yeta ye no. Enti mami sana wo de no etiese in case wo employer no pese o mu say ampa say wo application call home officer no wa fa unique application number no na the man no say lawyer say onye checks from the home office.
Okay. It's a bachelor. Me application unique number, but your old one press that for the number now. There 34.
There be application now. I'm generating new number now.
Oh.
Double check it. Yeah. I'm generating new number now. So when you see new number now, when employer no ko check na a back na ka say old one a be affect you.
Mommy, what did the lawyer can? Lawyer, I say.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Sorry, Patrick, Matthias, about say, me no see evidence submitted, and that was the only thing. I'm gonna send it, mommy.
Yeah, mommy, Mr. Oshresuye, evidence submitted, no reference number come.
Okay, Patrick,
I started with 3434, 16 numbers.
That's right.
Patrick,
Yo.
And then a lawyer say a reference number on the application. Who show application? I say reference number be that super pepe.
Yeah.
Why? To mommy checking the CC and as adra be. Check CC a yetwa na bra bi. Because my bebre no lawyer me say ye nua no bebre. So share code or say at the end of my application no or so to me no akotena fie din na afi wo bom paye no ya akonche we so nya mpa ebo ne akonche. Yes lawyer me say ba ku bi am saka no ache o that time na a friend say wo if dada nim oh my be friend me and me see me nkrata ni wuye and ya application and me ko adwuma ya pamo me and makọ see matena fie ekobo ye na wotwe me nsa ekomo de me metua me rent ma bom pa sa na me ngimi na me we nya mpa ebo.
Lack of knowledge, my people perish.
I don't know they are fasting and prayers, no.
What in favor or TikTok? You should get a reference number.
Yes.
And I say because application be anywhere on your reference number. Wait me that track in case there's a problem. Yeah.
Na so cry so enso esisu say the wo kan no or application so go say reference number ne da so yopo. Oh.
Yeah.
It's a call for so pay attention. No mobile lawyer, when as a lawyer, Kasachre Moa, Muntie, and you a friend is a supervisor, and I would tell you. Well, no, maybe I know one supervisor for cleaning. Maybe I know a supervisor for maybe a friend is a warehouse be. Maybe I know a supervisor where a friend is a retail shop be. Need the any different in Nimudian or Cushion, a retail no and your law, Yambra. Muntie. Na mumfa ehunu a ewo mumu monto ntwene Ghana for Ghana ni hunu broni wo hunu Asian ni wo hunu waye ngendie ni kura na ne ho popo ande so unua kuba na lawyer ka kire gidi na ko gidi akwantum ye de gidie no kuradie ene lawyer na ye de nante wo lawyer wo adi nyina wa akwantum secret no lawyer we de em se eye ebusuafo amaba nyina no medam wase mombo modin na maybe or say best supportive lawyer by far and no challenger any challenger bra obi je me hu lawyer for ni nyina omu nyina omobua we need the best one na lawyer na say ye can update ye wiempo na callers na
I'm fine that topic in intro I think it's time no but when I made it took a time kakrama why
o de yenye yen ko maame ho bi wakofa maame die na wahu
me almost said the reference number. No, that is a wrong application, probably.
Oh, mommy.
Because there's no reference number also.
Mama, wait there.
Bet me I won't me a family number na brana me shema. Why?
Me patch you like Francis.
Office and be would have been.
Patch on be pill number no. That be in your master.
Jinasuna me fa number ne ma natural cra. Number no lawyer number no eni. Mama what me nka?
Hello.
Yeah, what me nka?
Next part.
Mame. Oh, say. Mame, okay, mame. me onti me ka me inbox lawyer no man ama osisi a why enti hwe wo inbox me inbox ama osisi a why just say hi to me na me inbox no man ama osisi a
me batch you but your DM and I say a higher platform
DM
me batch you me follow no my
or back in tinenye ira kwan kra unye do back
friends the minimum way back my share na check say them no me me agba any ajipa
ene ye monkwaje da
that's all Ghana kra amen
ene ye monkwaje da hwe okọ Ghana dia ne nka mekwa akotwe na ba wonu wakwa ma wacha 2 weeks on sambra lawyer Francis ko dia ukwache sa be ha dwini o lawyer
lawyer Francis
mami you yes sure that's it you bye na me se me ko dwumedie bi ase ana mami panyi bi hia o se woni lawyer Francis mo bo adwuma pa na mo kasa me nkofo no omutie na me se why mo nkofo ben o se me also go fa na wo fa asefo bi ba o ma ye mo minim no mo na ne dem promo o se ba ko ka to na bro ke ne ko fie
wow
yeah o se one no so onim bibia no aye na application ana route na application na so apply something different afi yedi you reply ne buy no so aden na nkofo na bon na so na wa bon ne nkofo na bon yeah ne mama no so una wa bon it was you ne baba ko se ne de no enye wi ne ben a or 5 years so ben a obemi atene nka na msi yo mate lawyer eti abusia wo ase wo a mesre wa request na lawyer enyi wo nsem no ano emfa mam wa ha sei menim se ye topic ya new one here be lawyer nkomu and I also mention Kai for the next week is also something different. It's lawyer here. You better dedicate still we now because new one the crown in chance and I think now update number 2. Update number 2 number na your call.
Okay, function next week, and I say function Wednesday, and only okay, say Wednesday no, the chairman will be raising issue about say omo de skilled worker buy no, omo abetimi ate omo adwuma na, and no na me say you call into details, but what the function next week near a topic no for today no, and I'll say
yeah, because the topic no say questions ne be 10 11 no lawyer into me okay, and now per your question okay. Your question na eja because yankwa enum nso a eno so enye because amanfo e wase omo nso twen se ebekọ questions nim. Di lawyer na ene question na me bisa se eja ye nyina ye nim se akwantu mu nsemi edoso. Now there are other forms of application and what you need to know about a UK spouse entry clearance visa application. Now question is where can I make my UK spouse visa application and how do I make a UK spouse visa application to be the one need to in a abo
Ushama UK spouse visa route now ma o kwan se obetumi aware British ni ana obi a owo settlement e wo krom hanom ana se so kuta EU or EU member why EU settlement scheme na obetumi e de wo aka no ho as ne ho ka for provided say aware ne ye after 31st of December 2020 and now say obi okuta humanitarian protection and our refugee status because we say refugee status no enche bia na omo amende no say omo betumi akofa omo ho ka for aba na omo de omo ba e wo say omo meet straight requirement to say spousal visa for a meeting bi first na komo concession omo hia say omo be meet all the requirements which is relationship requirement, financial requirement, accommodation requirement, and English language requirement. But they say, omu nyina aba become who say omu meet sa requirement, Inti say, okay, say, where can I make that application? Depending on who is doing the application and depending on where and as a country I will free so wonka for na ka say opeso your application on your behalf obepe lawyer obetimi apɛ lawyer ɛwɔ UK ha ama na aboa no ama na ye anaasɛ obetimi decide sɛ wo your application ni free Ghana eba but we always recommend manenye free ha emma application no emma sɛ na be ya wo ba kɔbɔ nsa no ɛwɔ Ghana. And so now as to how do I make the application? Normally, application way a online application, online application. Into Uber online application, na what bookie for biometric appointment. Na biometric appointment, we book a mouse session to add your supporting documents. Once I obey your supporting document, I will submit untimi nye changes biara biom. Nti yenye very very careful say your application now making sure say o supporting documents bia are ready. Nti in order say that side no which is to upload the document any evidences who upload now o click so say submit. What submit it? Nti untimi nye changes untimi mfa bi nka ho untimi nkoyi bi mfiri unless or cancel application now you need from.
Hey, then you have to be extra careful.
Yes. See, that's how, where, and how you can do it, Me feel say sanity.
Now, Ibubusa said, what are the required documents?
You can what are the required documents? Mostly application or specified document and unspecified document. Specified document in say the Mrani can say Fabra. And unspecified nature say, who feel say saa nneɛma wei mede ka ho a ɛbɛboa ma application ama emu ayɛ du. Nti that's the specified and unspecified. Nti yɛnhwɛ application is say you and your partner are both age 18 and over. Nti yɛka age 18 and over, there be evidence na wobɛhia a wode bɛka ho. Obviously, your passport, your identity. Nti both one day was sponsor ne nyinaa partner and sponsor no. I was say more copy of my passport, part of the application. And also you have met in person and legally married or in a civil partnership. In the evidences of because you can't say you have met in person or here evidence which is unspecified evidence. How are you going to create that unspecified evidence? To mostly we take pictures. Lawyer can't just say for pictures, bra, just say what she are. No. And my marriage certificate will show you are legally married. And a bill so now say relationship near genuine and subsisting, and you intend to live together permanently. Oh, so you when you know, didn't say will provide the evidence. But the unspecified evidence will help you to come out with something for the caseworker reasonably. And any previous relationship have broken down permanently. I was so be declare so what worry paying. Inti there evidence na chese what worry paying. Obviously, we divorce certificate.
Okay.
And I said degree absolute we in UK Hanuma. And a biomusoni you can be adequately maintained in the UK without recourse to public fund. O sponsor no, ye busani say ne sika sign the city. Obetimi ashow say onkɔgye benefit bia ɔde bɛka sɛ makɔfa me ho kafo aba esika mu asɛm ɛde nti on that note no aban ma yɛ benefit ne yɛmfa ntena ɛno na aban ne se wɔn pɛ no also kɔfa wo ho kafo aba make sure sɛ wo sikasɛm yɛ kama wonkɔfa ne mba na wobɛgye benefit na womfa tena kurom ha no mu. But in every rules, there are exceptions to that. And I say there will be adequate accommodation for you and your any dependent. Inti se wo ba no wakofa ahuka fo a mo ba no. Mo make sure say baby a mote no conducive to accommodate mubieno. So dependent can one on also sa. In this case, you should be a friend of Housing Act. Any addition overcrowded. And now, sir, I was with your tenancy agreement or mortgage into a mortgage statement. Near who the number of amount for mutifio near any rooms a wolf you are, you best share ultimate access is a overcrowded, overcome one. And then lastly, English language requirement. English language requirement. English language requirement is some sort of whereby at least if you are the ages of 18 to 65, you have to meet the English language unless you are exempt. The exemptions, what are the exemptions? Less than 18 and now who disability. You can't even meet the English language or untimin culture, but it needs to be assessed by a consultant, not your GP. You call GP, well, be referred to consultant. Consultant be assess no I can say ampa may assess no won't mean English language no. And I said life in UK no. Indeed, these are the required documents of mobile share say ube miti would be a spouse visa no.
Yo, now lawyer, maybe a year. What is the financial requirement?
Definitely financial requirement. At the moment, the threshold is 29,000 per annum, which is gross. It's not net. Your car gross entity tax, entity N9 free mono. Sasika winyano per annum no, and no. And omode work say umiti financial requirement na say umiti financial requirement no. Mame mwamu koko financial requirement doesn't mean say I was say sika no account mu. Sika eba eko ewo account mu. Enye sika eti wa account mu a wode kwa akofa ohukafo eba.
Frank, oti yanka. Frank, oti yanka osi better now.
Okay. Yeah. And that's the financial requirement, no. And no, there are so many exceptions. Or benefit biswa, you don't need to meet that financial requirement.
Yo. Now, lawyer, a friend is we say overseas marriage, is it recognizable by the UK?
Overseas marriage, kroma more how omode omo aware ewo kroma. Yemfa overseas to say Ghana, yenso yewo ekwan a yede ye ware ewo honomo. Now, because of the case law, your friend CB Brazil, no, I say, so we are free overseas. Now, person be used to UK ha. UK for say Corona we are free honum no authorities no editum omo de omo krata support and then asifo a o de buy krum ha yenso ye beji atum because of this case of CB Brazil. Inti Ushema Yagana Yawaria no, there were 3 types of marriages, which is the marriage ordinance, 1. I know na name say a friend or I fry through, but yes,
Don't do.
I was saying I will no more. Now say so for so na KMA and IAMA, any of the metropolitan municipal more to me say or mayor our and crata, no team amamum crata, 1. And the other one, no, bibia your friend or Ghanaian customary marriage. And no, abusia or worry, or bana bushia, beman abusia. It doesn't mean say chinchina I was a movie no more. Until when it comes to such a ye, I was our yana, ubua wonkra uninkrata or kroma, but so one to me Ghana, or Timika say, and as ubua bibi nti one to me Ghana. Obi etumi kojina na nam sɛ abusua ne tumi eyi obi sɛ ɔmo nyina na nam na ɔmo nyɛ saa awareɛ no In that case, no sawari no, what the ba UK ha na authorities for Ghana. Omoya wari anyway now when they call AMA, KMA, or any of the Metropolitan Assembly or municipal would to me so more a ya wari and grata. No mutim team so emma nipa na nebusua betumi asende awari and grata naba. I'm here the application or UK ha. Especially skilled workers for no person almost which call partner route, you know. They can use this kind of aware, you know, and they are here, somewhere. Yo, the other lastly, no, be a friend of Mohammedan marriage. Yen you are no for aware. So somebody almost me worry bebre, or tradition in as if for no normal register aware na. Most so marry aware no UK for ejitum. Nti ne nyinaa ne sɛ wobɛyɛ w'awareɛ no yie a kuro no a wode firi so ba no ɔmo agye tum a obviously wode ba UK ha under the case of CB Brazil no ɛwɔ sɛ wɔn gye atum.
And lawyer, we say how the application to ma ebedi na he.
Yo, what the application to ma mostly it depends on how my main show processing of the application. No, we are online application. We have fee. We upload your documents. Na bookie for biometric enrollment. Corona was na Ghana, for example. I think it's Ghana the any moving pick on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obeko akobo unsano. Inti da oba akobo unsano now. Obe submit your passport now. That's where decision making process is starting.
Okay.
Inti almost say up to 12 weeks, which is exactly 3 months now. Ubeti omonka. Unless utia for BBFN no super priority services. Super priority services, will take about within a month, 30 working days for you to get a decision. There be super priority will take within or outsider, it will take within 5 working days for them to make that decision. Into that, depending on the services you want from the home office, there was standard services, super priority, and that kind of thing. Into so your application now choose standard, who make it payment, prepare for the decision after biometric enrollment for 12 weeks, which is 3 months. Okay. Unless you pick super priority, which is open earlier decision. That's open how the decision works. That's how it is. So we here in UK normally more that partner route so now more can oh yeah, now pay super priority within 24 hours after the enrollment of the biometrics. They can make a decision. You pay extra 1,000 for that.
The lawyer, so be was spousal visa this one obey to me earlier here, Juma.
Yo, so be was spousal visa. Yes, obey to me because the spousal visa no Emma conditions of the was a 1 year, need also 1 year. Obey to me aye Juma, obey to me at their school as well. The only thing I want to me and is obey benefit.
And so obey to me Juma, but benefit there then sanka.
Out.
And
so benefit obey to me, but obey free. Spousal visa 5 years so after 10 years. If there be change of circumstance. And when a man akoda so benefit in so.
Okay. That's it. Ne partner this is a Juma.
Your partner ne esisa ejuma na enyehu as long as meet requirements no. Especially se partner ne sisa ejuma na the financial requirement no ain't me meet threshold now, a big creative problem. But all the same, no, it's a combination of wo ne wo partner, no, so we do her na sikasem enko ya, mo bet me a combine mo pay mo monthly pay, no, now with the meeting financial requirement. Also, so partner no year application number na the job assistant obey to me the previous job now war no aka home. Because some more requirements in the saying 6 months pay slip, 6 months bank statement. It is said previously now our juma be so and was assistant. Ebi adwuma na wasesa no ne sika sem ekosora. Hopefully obey to me a combination of the two for home office to see the record say onya kwadro oye adwuma.
Na ebisa sɛ ɛba ne sɛ ɛyɛ ɔyere ne okunu no ɔmɛtumi atena ɛyɛ a shared accommodation mu.
Yo banisa deɛ yɛ a ɛteɛ ne sɛ kɔma wo sɛ nneɛma ɛwɔ soro kakra in terms of rent and o standard of living. Ɛnyɛ obiara na sɛbe obetumi atɔ dan, ɛnyɛ obiara na obetumi arenti a full apartment, 2-bedroom ne nasefo. Nti such a thing no yɛfrɛ no shared accommodation. Nti whereby more shared accommodation, no, as long as that place is not overcrowded, obviously obey to me a use as part of the application. Yeah.
Okay. Now, when can someone apply for the citizenship?
Yo, sir, we application, we spousal visa every overseas now be rema. Mrane say at least I was say would 5 years for UK and sana wa apply for indefinite leave to remain. Until unya di 5 years na make sure say ubi biya intact ube life in UK na o English language level B1 in future I'm de level B2 until umiti at that point in time na what it takes is ubeye application atumu na yameya aduma indefinite no yede ebema. As long as when 5 years uba and when 5 years and not what they ebeye application no for indefinite. Now when you indefinite we so worry British near at that point in time no on train so person will naturalize it as a British now one naturalize it. So on worry British ni now worry will be a wire settled EU ni okuta humanitarian protection and our refugee status. I was able to train for 1 solid year, which is the 12 months before say we be apply for naturalization.
Joe. Na yakeka nsɛm wɔ nyinaa wie ɛno yɛ kwan a wɔbɛfa so a wɔnya wie na ɛho nkɔmmɔ na yɛdi na wobɛbusa sɛ kɔba ne sɛ yɛ refuse no nso a akwanya bi wɔ hɔ ma ɛyɛ nipa korɔ.
Yo, sir, your application na you refuse such an application. No. Home Office, I was almost explaining the entire almost refuse. Ebia requirements be ha meet ne nasefo. And mostly such an application, I am a human rights claim. Human rights claim because Obia will right to family life. Obani okunu omo family life. Akola family life. Inti se who deny Obano family life, Bemano family life under the spouse visa. What umra Home Office atumra under the Human Rights Act, which is the Article 8 being the right to family life. Into on that note, no say who refuse na what chere the entire refuse no na entwasuma. Nipa no right to say obey appeal based on human right claim. Say you refuse me name ho for ye application Home Office says so and so until my refuse but me feel say entwasum or my deny me human rights. To on that note, we will start with appeal processing, which is first you lodge appeal with your grounds of appeal. Now we submit here Home Office appeal court, which is the first year tribunal, no, arrange or the documents in back home office, say one lodge appeal. The home office be shame no so mama home office time say omoji tum ombesi so omadwen and I say yem koswa to appeal this one. To be say home office will come back and say so okay. Ebia your case worker need a mistake or baby, I withdraw one. Ebia you feel say your case worker need an ejuma ye and power we deny into entwa case in the suit. That's how it works. Into home office back at a court in the back so okay. So one jin tuma and could be preparing a witness statement, the evidence or this supporting appeal no. So on that note, no, or memo will be a time frame, will be adding there. No more exchange. What the my court now, na court no, and the comma, now we are appeal no. Now, on also do the ma, while we are appeal no, the ma court, na court no, so the comma home office. So, evidence I will submit in here.
I don't know, witness statement, no, based on what?
And normally, witness statement is based on what you believe, say, the work can hear no credit. Worry, the home office here cannot air wrong. In 2% who prove home office wrong. So based on the home office here cannot. In the witness statement, no can your ma who feel say you're right. Oh, kawasem actually judge. That's what your statement should be all about.
I quite remember there was a young man maintaining cabin. The chair me say, or worry will krum her. Yamana Koyamane worry will krum her. But a cobayan, omu refuse.
Raising ban on the refuse you.
Reason of the refuse, and they say, a friend is saying, I saw coffee na oko apply ba.
Once that I make catch you, ever best start and make catch you say, so wouldn't carta na person worry will krum. Obviously, and possible. What the be application home office special say oh worry with him me worry with Chroma. At that time now on crata.
Yes, at that time no so on crack. It's or the application to me there. So be worry no on crack.
Okay.
Emma or worry with Chroma ma yes will notice cancel ABBR because man who home office even wrote to him.
Okay.
So who say ya tese wo kwa worry na ya finish say corner worry.
Oh, good.
Now, application by ya, they refuse to say on coffee, monkoko, and apply, bra.
And in this case, no, there something more into it than their own narrating.
Okay.
Mami Nka there are hidden things in how I kaya semchire will be.
Yeah.
For all you know, no. Now, when the bonnie be paying or my banding, yeah. Now you're banning and year matters application mono ekoyiba a home office. Inti a flag it out home office can base on that to refuse the application.
Okay.
And in America say there are more things to that mostly lawyers give them.
Yeah, so with your mobile, they have to be open and truthful. But I mean, say be officer as a broadcast journalist, they be a or they say talk to a lawyer, but I don't know why I going to me and contact.
It is so person take up the matter. I prefer so about who may not everything documents no refuse ani bibia ne beba. Na me share na me ntimi mbusa me thorough assessment of the case, to get a background about how rare mo ne why application be pay any other day. Because to be frank,
I think it's Oremo with say visitors visa. And along the line obewo akwara. And akwara ni mudinya na nkrata. And we share will be ha or worry.
Okay.
But I say quite a maintaining kakra bi.
Yeah, Kautin and Kanka, may further questions to ask from or no. Send a many clarification and the picture of the
Yeah.
case,
More complicated.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Until some case I was telling car why no we keep
Sure.
in touch and then we do that
Yeah.
from there. Yeah.
Your lawyer, we the M say energy yabɔ mmɔden a di topic no ho adwuma. Eti next week deɛ na ɔsɛ me nkae wo no. Lawyer bɔ me nkae bi. Ɛno ne about a friend is saying.
Fiancé ne marriage visa near the no.
Very
Why?
good.
You treat here no because no your opportunity be I keep saying say it's one of those things you for we can take advantage over that. My be paying me can say time and I'm BWF. I did one for Mami Bia New Kumbe Wari or UK Hanuma. So or cost so or person or Jane Crata or Modema no money be rem. There are so many things. In Pamafono, or Moya Bibia, yen tin you may be a say until sir all get into it well ube the entire or modest sort of application no ever. But I do maybe no feel say I didn't know more yes I we. Your visitors based on the buy I want to see into one share next week there maybe say and say or say what visa do I need to get married in the UK? So like I say now say our idea and can wait me our in Ghana. Saa nso na mmorɔfo no etumi ka sɛ yɛkɔware wɔ Jamaica, yɛkɔware wɔ other countries. Nti human rights ni nti no, you can't stop someone sɛ ɔwɔ ne sika bi na ɔpɛ sɛ ɔbɛware wɔ UK because ɔfiri Ghana nti yɛmma no ɛkwan no ɛma ne mbɛware. It's against mmara no. That's the reason why they introduced fiancé visa, marriage visit visa, other visas are wait to me at the UK Hanum under the standard visitors visa. Inti yebe do musuko next week Wednesday no. Na ama for who say enye visit visa pe and I'll be to me the aba kromanum. There are other categories of visas standard visa, visit visa will be to me at the aba so many things were UK Hanum.
Joe, lawyer. When a lawyer who create the memo watcher which are quite now fee ye the telephone numbers now to Jana a friend say Ojaye and quite cry as usual or inspiration west for the mind. Last week I just say, Sir, a year Ujaya quite no west out the mind no a sending crime pa omunya British citizenship and omuka and lawyer if you say MZ the inspiration kakra actually send you and come my tea for lady being a friend I'm say also obebusa question one time but not task no ferry so obebusa and you talked about school kono you encourage it so obekaya also no woman be tears also tias wa wo tie it ono say oya osuro ferry so we ba beka na sem it mass advice no I encourage him to so me kan lawyer say aya omomodi an onko so na on inspire Ghana for bebre na e wokuma na enkrata asem no ebu nkofo abem papa because uni nkrata lawyer imagine say uni nkrata na uni mame wa uni papa uni mia bi wa ha uni buafo lawyer na wo buafo krampo ni sen na wo nua ne mame krampo ni sen na de kwata uni bi
and they are papa Yo, FB solicitors, open your chira your barking, your address near suite E and F, which is third floor, the clock house, and your aquine, oh, Busa baby are barking, travel lodge, you know, Muboshe, your building, if you are now travel lodge. And now say, Obusa say, baby, ye clock house, Jim, ne wa, you know, almost share the same building. And now say Ubisa baby a McDonald's ne wa. We do McDonald's uto unsa and I say we share unsa left we say a building ne wa. The nearest tube station me feel say we hu and the barking. Yeah buses no so fifa one mo and also no say we call barking station. Yeah 5 minutes walk from barking station. Your postcode here IG 11 8 E for Echo, Q for Quebec. Postcode Nibium. I for India, J for Golf, 11. 8 E for Echo, Q for Quebec. And now your office number is 0208 0208 264 264 4800, which is 4800. Mami Sisubio 0208 264 4800. And now, me Gina and I say on behalf of FB Solicitors, your friend lawyer Francis, principal. My mobile number is 0794 677 2439. Ebium 0794 677 2439. Yo, my main family inspirational motivation speech no and to her Emma Yiniano. Roman Krata sem ya timbia ye kano edding. But anyway, what said Dr. Ray no was on me who said YouTube obi type say utie free South Africa na best senka yenne yemfa English kakra emfam. I don't know say who monitor ya.
Yeah, me monitor. Yeah.
It's true, mom, but when it gets to a level we try to chip in English language. As time goes on, the befra because we are doing it solely for our community, which is a Ghanaian community and African diaspora per se. So as time goes on, we will consider your
question.
Yes, in order to go English as well. As I keep saying, it's just and yet Ghanaians quite 80. That tells you that there are other people listening to us. We will consider that one as well. Yo, the only person me dija yetie for ashefo ne say Broni Chroma Wono. There are so many things going on now. Yeah, it was say sonson ye ho. Na yehwe ye nneoma yasetena mu ye ewo krom a. Because mostly untimi mfiri ukrom na obetena obi krom na woka say undi emra so. Eno ne ade ba ko ama monitor mahu pa. Say ye ba krom hanoma eto de bia emra no bebre ye buso. Eto de bia ye busu pa. Obi busa say Patrick Duke will say contact details again. Wait media to a YouTube and Kamepe. Why? Yo, I told the be a back na Emrani baby ye buso. All because and me crew, all because me per capital be ako back to Ghana. There be may fast idea no and say it trim. Obi timika say, oh, maybe 2 years na meko. Obeti na ni no 5 years, obeti na ni no 10 years. Every day be a uti kroma biano account to immigration history. All because the obey biano or maybe a farm our mode to so. Into Woody Bonia, ne call national data, ne build it up, build it up. The entire maker way in say me per se ye law abiding in this country. Because one yet no one dim so na asemba adeɛ ketekete no etimi yɛ adeɛ bi a epagya nneɛma bebree si nneɛma a ɛwɔ sɛ wunya no akwan but unhu ni saa. Obi timi dwane train ticket ontua na wafam na wadwane. Bear in mind say chroma CCTV ɛhwɛ. One day ɔmo bɛkyew. Ɔmo kyew a ɔmo bɛba evidences ɔmo akɔyi camera n'aba sɛ ɛyɛ adeɛ a wotaa yɛ. Nti iwa no sɛsɛn. Oh, instance be a me ma obi student or the man ne girlfriend or the kwa ibisa na Osio will be now picking a boyfriend here.
Yeah.
Yes, you uncle Fanny dear up to now, Uncle Pharmacy say a carbon so and now I'm call magistrate court. I'm taking I say I yet criminal on the record as you say. Oh my the kitty in one baby I call you. To Mr. Opa UK now as long as one be remuno. I was soon now we are law abiding. Because some yeah, say in you may be brave, the criminal checks account. DBS, Koneko check say when the bonnet pay and sunny are forward juma. First na nanka UK sanyo man enka but omo pe no kwaridie e wo bibia bia ube hu adwuma mo ehemfa odie o ti de mpesa meka ekosi so say yenye very careful na ye make sure say ubet na ha no mo ama ode ha UK aye ufie ode ha aye kura pese wotena so a make sure say all the time ubenya clean record obeka say na lawyer me ninkrata na me ye bibi kra na bede no mahu insanu bo ene CCTV nti yetumi efa wo information e de ye bibia bear in mind imrofo technology omuko manim chen o nti yenye very very careful and on one so my akwan just wo de but now ye krom ha uba na won krata wu kra no na utimi di 20 years when di boni bia na nwa anka adwa bia bra ye be ma won krata upewe na umpe de which is a 20-year rule nti sabe bibia wo ye bia no make sure say unya aban amane which is a criminal thing. So on that note, no, me feel say yes, so ya hu wi a de epe bia no kroma no because kroma no obia won ne so ne die. But ne nyina ne say obepe right information edo ebe go through. Yo, Dr. Rain me da say, and now ma me
So
so me so me sorry. My baba e de say me ye e ma community. Yo, Wednesday, about the Chenya, FB solicitors, ya cramo, your best share.
you
Bye
lawyer,
bye.
where the phenomenon to be, and let me say, you Patrick, Dokuno, I say wrongfully means Sakutia and a delete na Bonoman should be my na on show.
Yo,
Doku, yes.
Patrick, lawyer Francis mobile number here 0794 677 2439. Ebium 0794 677 2439. And my office number is 0208 264 4800, which is 0208 264 4800. Yo, Dr. Rain, that's it. Bye
Yes,
bye.
that's lawyer. Ebusia. Lawyer Francis and free FB solicitors. You know, everything common. You better lawyer as kama pass. Any yensa ekano ewa hase. Of course, said you wouldn't even know. Debiano, a chassis 12 near upon one. But then I say a chassis nti mo a mohwɛ nyinaa no nyame adom a yɛbɛsan so ahyia ɛyɛ YouTube for ɛbɔ ɛyɛ Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturdays from 12 to 1 p.m.